Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action, coming to you live on this Saturday night. Tonight, we'll see the Utah Jazz as they play against the Charlotte Hornets. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan with me tonight, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And Allie LaForce is reporting on the sidelines. Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings out west. If you look at the Jazz, this hasn't been the kind of year they envisioned. Time running out. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Grant Williams is out there with Plumlee. Then there's Brandon Miller. Then there's LaMelo Ball. And it's man in at the shooting guard position. And for the Jazz, they've got Markkanen, George out there with Walker Kessler. And it's Hendricks in at the four-man position. Well, we know that players will often hit a wall at some point, Coach, in the season. When does that happen for coaches?
Yeah, maybe on opening night, Kevin. No, there's so much work that goes into it in the offseason. Opening night is almost a sigh of relief. But that feeling of relief does go away pretty quickly.
Markkanen, good.
Just a great setup for Markkanen. All he needed to do was shoot in rhythm.
There's Ball with the three. A rebound by the Jazz. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting the looks they wanted on offense, and it's hard to get a win when that's the case.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, the Jazz have traded away a lot of their veterans, but All-Star Lauri Markkanen still remains. After a down shooting season a year ago, perhaps he needs to build his value back up around the league before they would consider moving him.
He can heat up in a hurry, that's for sure. We appreciate the update. Thanks, Shams. Shots good by Miller.
Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
Mikhailuk passes to Markkanen. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring option.
George passes to Hendricks. They get it again. And Markkanen on the follow.
Well, he was using that big frame. Markkanen can pile up offensive rebounds.
Deep two from Ball. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Utah's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Pass to Kessler. George against Ball. 5 to shoot. Markkanen can't get it to go. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. The question for them right now, can they maintain this winning streak? They've notched 11 in a row.
Well, you look at the discipline, the way these guys play under control, they never get out of balance when they find themselves in a hole. They just continue to fight, play their game, and enforce their own pace.
Ball, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Hornets lead by 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we've been watching from the Hornets.
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
Charlotte in the lead. So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. Knipple and Miller are your wingmen. Then there's Sexton. And it's Salon in at the power forward position.
And it's pretty evident that Sexton has a solid jumper. Just needs to keep taking and making it from there.
Jazz passing it around. Anderson passes to Collier. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Count that one. Anderson's got his first pass.
Well, as a scorer, that's where Anderson likes to operate. He has a lot of tricks in there.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. A big win here or there can really sustain a rebuilding team. And Utah coach Will Hardy said the results matter in order to keep belief in your process. Seeing the work pay off. The building of a team doesn't happen in one day. The players are staying with it, and they deserve all of the credit for that. Guys?
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Here's Miller, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Miller's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hornets.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them. Well, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, you know, one that doesn't get talked about enough, length. You know, players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt, and that wing position. Feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player.
And the basket is good. And that's now 6 points for LaMelo Ball.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper.
Mykhailiuk passes to Markkanen. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Here's Ball. And there's another one for the Hornets.
Whether it's playing the facilitator or scoring role, Ball is an all-star caliber guard.
Down low. Here's Collier. Miller grabs the miss.
Well, he's got the green light in that situation. They want him taking that shot, even if he didn't get it to go.
So for the Hornets, their last game, a win against Indiana.
Yeah, I think the perimeter game is what helped them in that one. Consistent from out beyond the arc.
Yeah, and what the heck were you supposed to do to stop him? Bucket after bucket from deep. Quite a show. Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
Here's Collier trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Dallas.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Right back after this break.
Hey everybody, always a fascinating story. Our first order of business. Let's catch you up on some trades around the league.
What they're getting with Quickly, he plays both ends. Plays with pace, and he can flat out score it.
Yeah, all the tools are there, and the consistency is coming along.
And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a tough start for the Jazz.
Well, they're not settling for long jumpers. They're getting the ball into the paint, and you know I love that.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you know what? I played with Akeem, too. I liked it.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Nice game. Great performance so far by LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Hornets leading by 6. They've got Walker Kessler. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Keontae George. And it's Hendricks in at the 4 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Pass to Mikhailuk. And George kicks to Markkanen. Now Kessler. Just 5 to shoot. Hornets with the rebound. Here's Mann. He drains the quick shot. Mann's got the lead up to 8 now for the Hornets.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, "When someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri." Back to you.
Ooh, that's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for Charlotte. Taking high percentage shots has been this group's specialty. On your screen now are this month's field goal percentage leaders. LaMelo Ball is second. Brandon Miller third.
Both of these guys have been shooting with tremendous efficiency as the month has gone on. I don't know who's going to outdo who.
Outside, George. Back to Kessler. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
To stand here, we have one of the bright young centers in the NBA, Walker Kessler.
Look, start with this with Walker Kessler, Kevin. A great rim protector. You're just not going to get layups with Walker Kessler on the floor. Then he's an outstanding offensive rebounder, and he's got great hands, which makes him very effective as a roll man in the pick and roll.
Sent out to Markkanen. Buries it from three-point range. Markkanen's got 10 points.
Well, when the 7-footer Markkanen starts to hit from deep, I mean, what are you supposed to do as a defender?
Wasted no time on that one. And the Hornets lead by 9.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Lets the 3 fly. And Utah, another 3.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Tries it from the top of the key. And there's Sexton. That's good on the assist from Ball.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Markkanen looking it over. The shot, no good. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. Grant Williams is out there with Brandon Miller. Then there's Plumlee. Then it's Trey Mann. And it's Ball in at the point. Count it!
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Jazz trail by 10. Here's Markkanen. Going to work down low.
Putting that size and the shooting ability to work. Markkanen loves putting up big numbers for his team.
Ball fires, and he hits from 17.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. He likes the way they're finishing inside. Coach said when we get close, we are golden. They can't stop us in there. Let's keep pounding it as long as we can.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that.
He has really made an impact from beyond today. That's another triple.
And when you have shooters feeling it from distance, it feels like no lead is safe because points can get put up in a hurry.
Now George. Markkanen. Oh, the slam dunk.
Unbelievable. Markkanen, the finish star with the finish of the night.
And another look at that last play with the AT&T connected cam. Nice use of the glass on the finish.
Hey, those second chance points are found money. Tremendous effort there.
Markkanen. And he does not hit. Hornets leading by 7. Miller with the ball. Now defended by Markkanen. And good that time.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
Can't get it to go. And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Charlotte making a switch here. Swan's checked in. For Charlotte, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. Pretty nice efficiency there. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. 9-point game. He's off from 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Leaves it in off the window.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Releases from 15. Can't get it to go. And Greg, it looks like time is going to run out on him here.
Yeah, I mean, unless they come up with an absolute miracle.
And get the 3. On the wing, Miller. He's guarded by Markkanen. And he gets it to go. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan.